Hey guys, JH Shuffler 7 here. Today I'm going to be showing you how to do a few different card control techniques that can come in pretty handy when you are performing card tricks. So let's get right into the first one. So I call this one the bluff control. It might have a different name, it probably does, but that's not really important as long as you know how to do it. So if this were a trick, you would have the spectator choose a card. Let's say they chose the 5 of hearts, doesn't really matter. Then what you're going to do is, while they're looking at their card, you're going to get a pinky break under the top card and transfer that pinky break to a thumb break. Kind of like that. And then, what you're going to do is, you're going to take the top card off, you're going to lift it off, and the way you're going to hold it is your thumb is on this end of it, and then on the other end is pretty much the rest of your fingers. And the reason you're holding it like this is because when you're holding it like this and take it off the deck and move it off to the side, the spectator won't be able to see that you only have one card if you're holding it like this, because your fingers are lower and they won't be able to see that how many cards you actually have. Because you want them to think that you have, like, maybe not half the deck, but close to it. So they're going to place their card back on after they look at it. And what you're going to do is place this card back on. And as you place it back on, you're going to take some cards, about a quarter, half the deck, it doesn't really matter, and then just drop them on. So it gives the illusion that you just placed back about half the deck, not just one card. But in reality, you did place back on one card, and their card is second from the top when they think it's somewhere like halfway down the deck. So we'll go through that one more time. So pinky break, the thumb break. Take their card, put it back, place the top card, grab about half the deck, and drop it down. Now that is the bluff control. Again, probably has a different name, but as long as you know how to do it, it doesn't really matter what you call it. So yeah, that's the first one. Now let's move on to the second control. So in a lot of tricks, you need to get the spectator's card to the top of the deck. So probably most tricks do have you get the card to the top. It's probably like the most common thing in a lot of tricks where you have a spectator choose a card. So let's learn how to do it. Now this is probably the most common way to do it. So let's say their card is the 7 of diamonds. You will put it about 3/4 of the way down the deck, and then push it down to get a thumb break over it, which is important, and then get another thumb break a little higher up, and then you're going to place it down and place it down. And then their card is on top. Now, this is the most common way to control the card to the top. There are other ways, but this is probably the easiest way and the most common way. So we'll do it one more time. About 3/4 down. Doesn't really matter as long as you have enough room to get a second thumb break over it. So you're going to push it down, get a thumb break, get another thumb break, place it down, place it down, place it down. Now, when you place it down, you want to be a little messy so they don't really suspect anything. You don't want to place it down all really neat like this, because then they'll get in their head. If you're handling the deck that carefully, they suspect that you set up something big. or not necessarily big, but I had set up something. But if you place it down, you know, messy like this, they just think you cut the deck, you shuffled it, you know, like nothing's going on, when in reality their card is on top of the deck. So that's the most common way to get a card to the top of the deck, to control it to the top. Now, another control is to get a card to the bottom of the deck. Some tricks do have you control it to the bottom, and there's a lot of ways to get it to the bottom, like there are different ways to get to the top. But if you want to do it like right off the bat from their selection, from them selecting what card and get it right to the bottom, you can do it pretty similar to how you would control it to the top, except a little reversed. So you're going to place it about the top half, like about a quarter of the way to the top, and then instead of pushing it down, you're going to push it up to get a thumb break under it. And then you're going to get another thumb break about a quarter from the bottom. So completely just opposite of how you would control it to the top. And then you're going to do that. So one more time. Let's say they choose that card. You're going to place it in, push it up, get a thumb break. Now I'm kind of over-exaggerating it just to show you, but you don't want them to see it, obviously. And they would have definitely been able to see that. So you're going to get another thumb break, then go down, and their card is on the bottom. And again, be as messy as possible. Not as messy as possible. Like, you don't want, like, a bunch of cards like that, but, like, don't be neat about it, because then they will suspect something. So that's how you can control it to the bottom from right off the bat from the card that they select. Now, if you controlled it to the top and then went to the bottom, you can do that too. You could get to the top and then, like, you know, shuffle it to the bottom any way you wanted. But that's how you can easily control it to the bottom right off the bat, so they don't really suspect anything. Because, you know, if you shuffle it to the bottom, it might be easier for them to track it. Yeah, but those are 3 card controls that are pretty simple and pretty important to know. They're used a lot, and yeah. So I hope you enjoyed it. If you enjoyed this video, please hit that like button. Feel free to comment below. I love reading comments. I'll answer you. And make sure you subscribe to the channel for more tricks and tips about card magic. Thank you for watching. I am JH Shuffler 7.